Good morning, students. The last class we have completed motion in plane. Today we shall have a discussion on problems as well as relative velocity in two dimensions. Okay. Now come to the example problem 4.5. Example problem 4.5. A particle starts from origin at t is equal to 0 with a velocity 5 I cap meter per second and moves in a xy plane under the action of a force which produces a constant acceleration of 3 I cap plus 2 j cap meter per second square. What is the y coordinate of the particle at the instant its x coordinate is 84 meter? What is the speed of the particle at this time? Okay, so if you not understand the question, read once again. So understanding question is very important to find the solution. Once we understand the question, we can find the solution easily. Otherwise, it will be difficult. Clear? Now I am reading the question again. A particle starts from origin at t is equal to 0 with a velocity 5 I cap meter per second. So they mention at t is equal to 0, the moment it starts, velocity 5 meter per second square. They given 5 I cap meter per second. What does that mean? I cap represents what? Unit vector along x direction. Unit vector along x direction. So body starts along x direction. So initial velocity along x direction ux is equal to 5 I cap meter per second. The same time, what is the velocity along y direction? Initial velocity they did not mention. So it starts along x direction. There is no velocity along y direction. So 0 meter per second. This we need to understand by seeing the question. They don't give the detailed information. I mean, based on this information only, we need to we need to guess the values. Okay. Next question, next information is what? Moves in a xy plane under the action of force which produce a constant acceleration of. Then the given the force accelerating body acceleration value is 3 I cap plus 2 j cap meter per second square. So this, if we write in a vector form, this is ax I cap plus ay j cap. So then ax value is what? 3 meter per second square, means acceleration along the x direction is 3 meter per second square. Acceleration along y direction is 2 meter per second square. Ax and ay. Understand? So acceleration is there in two directions. What did they ask? First question. A. What is the y coordinate of the particle at the instant x component? X coordinate is 84 centimeter. When x means displacement along the x direction is 84 centimeter. When displacement along x direction is 84 centimeter, what would be the displacement along y direction? Understand? Clear? So to find y, it's a displacement. Then what is the displacement equation along y direction? Y is equal to u by t plus of a by t square, right? So what is the velocity along initial velocity along y direction is 0. So 0 plus half. What is the acceleration along y direction? 2 t not there. So y is equal to these two cancel. This is t square. Okay. Now we have information along x. Then what do you write x equation? X is equal to uxt plus half ux t square. Then x is given 84 meters. Ux is given as 5 into t plus half. What is ax? 3 into t square. Clear? Now this is, what do we get? 2 multiply this side and you will get 168 is equal to 10t plus 3t square. Clear? So this we will write like this: 3t square plus 10t minus 168 is equal to 0. Quadratic equation. If we solve this quadratic equation, what do we get? T is equal to 6 seconds. If we solve this, we will get t is equal to 6 seconds, quadratic equation. Now this t value substitute here, y is equal to 6 square. Then this is 36 meters. Clear? So now, when x coordinate is 84 centimeter, then when means, so body simultaneously moving, it is covering displacement along y direction and x direction. When x direction, when along the x 84 displacement, when body covers 84 meters along x direction, in the moment y displacement is along y direction is 36 meters. This is the first question. Clear? Next, what did they ask? What is the y coordinate of the particle at the instant, x coordinate that we calculated? Next, b. What is the speed of the particle at this time? Question is b. They are asking final velocity. So body moving in a plane. So final velocity, how do we write? V is equal to Vx I cap plus Vy j cap. They are asking magnitude. V is equal to under root of Vx square plus Vy square. Clear? And we need to find final velocity along both directions. So first we will try to find out x direction. Vx is equal to, what is the first equation? Ux ax t. So Vx is equal to, what is Ux initial velocity along x direction 5 plus what is the acceleration along x direction 3. What is the time? 6 seconds. 6 seconds. So Vx is equal to 5 plus 18. 5 plus 18 is what? 23 meter per second. Next, Vy. What is that? Uy plus Ayt. Uy 0, initial velocity along y direction 0. Ay is what? Ay is 2. T is 6. So Vy is equal to 12 meters. Then Vy value, Vx value substitute here. Clear? So V is equal to under root of Vx is what? 23 square plus 12 square. This you will calculate, you will get the answer. The 23 square plus 60 square is equal to, this is 26 meter per second. So this is final velocity. So if we have a question, okay, if the body moves in two-dimensional motion, information we have, suppose if we have in a vector form, so we follow this method. So taking the equation along x-axis and y-axis, and we will find the value, we will find the answer for a given question. Next one, relative velocity in 2 dimensions. What is that? Relative velocity in 2 dimensions. So already you have seen relative velocity in 1 dimension. So already taught, that is VAB means velocity of A with respect to B. How do we write? VA minus VB. Clear? Or if VBA is there, then this is VB minus VA. Relative velocity of object. Relative velocity. This VBA means what? Velocity of B with respect to A. Understand? So VA means what? actually this we will write VAG, means velocity of A with respect to ground. So this is VA minus VG. But ground velocity, what is the ground velocity? So ground is always at rest. So Vg is equal to 0. So VAG is nothing but VA. That's why velocity of A means this is velocity of A with respect to ground. Always we don't write G, VAG, VBG like that. Understand? Because ground velocity is 0. Because what is our reference point for all this? Earth is a reference point. That is at rest. Right? Up to this level. Clear? So ground we take it as a rest. So this you have studied in in the first lesson, motion is straight line. Same formulas we will follow relative velocity in 2 dimensions. Clear? Then in this concept, problem solving is very important. Clear? So we will try to solve one problem on this. And this one example problem. Rain is falling vertically with a speed of 35 meters per second. A woman rides a bicycle with a speed of 12 meters per second in east to west direction. What is the direction in which she should hold her umbrella to avoid the wet? Clear? So rain falling vertically downwards like this. This is velocity of rain. VR means velocity of rain. This is given as 35 meters per second. Next, a woman rides bicycle with a speed of 12 meters per second in east to west. If you take the directions, I am taking here. This is east to west to north to south. With in which direction she is moving? East to west. She is moving in this direction. Okay, east to west. This is velocity of who is the woman's right? Velocity of woman. VW. S2, the value is given 12 meters per second. Then they are asking what is the direction in which she should hold her umbrella. Okay. Now, velocity of rain with respect to woman we need to calculate. What is that? Velocity of rain. What do we calculate? Velocity of rain with respect to woman. Clear? This how do we write? Velocity of R minus velocity of woman. Clear? So to find this, what do we do? If you this we may make it reverse like this. Clear? Then this will be minus VV because this is VW. Understand? Clear? Now this is tail head. Now we reverse velocity of woman. Understand? Then the direction change. That's what I written minus. Now this is the closing side. Here how do we write this is? This velocity is what? Here this is not velocity of, don't take it this I will write to avoid your confusion. This is VR, this one. This is VR is equal to 35 meter per second. And now this vector, how do you write? This is A, this is B. Then this will be A plus B. Am I correct? Am I correct or not? So like that, this vector will be, this one velocity of rain plus this vector minus V W. Then what do you get? VR minus VW. Right? Our intention is same. Am I correct or not? We need to find velocity of rain with respect to woman. If you follow this formula, what do we get? VR minus VW.
So by making this vector velocity of the movement, I taken this in reverse direction to get Vr minus Vw. Now take this angle. So she has to hold umbrella in this direction to avoid the vector. So this is theta. Then what do you take? Tan theta is equal to opposite side. What is velocity of movement? What is the velocity of movement? It is 12 by next adjacent side. Actually, I consider. So VW by VR. This is equal to VW is tan theta is equal to VW is 12 by 35. Okay, theta is equal to tan inverse of 12 by 35. Okay, if we have a what is the tangent table, then we can find the angle. Understand? It is nearly equal to 90 degree. So don't confuse here. Our intention is find the velocity of rain with respect to movement. So velocity formula we substituted velocity of rain minus velocity of movement. Understand? So this is the initial condition, whether rain falling like this, movement moving like this. We are drawn in form of vectors. To get Vr minus Vw, I reverse the movement vector, movement velocity vector. Then we got this by following what? Triangle of vectors. So this is very, very important. We need to follow the formula to find the relative velocities in two-dimensional motion. Clear? So please make a note of this. Okay, example problems over. And one example problem is there that we will see in competitive exams. Here, example problem 7. Okay. Next, come to exercises. First question. For each of the following physical quantities, if it is a scalar or a vector, they given some physical quantities. Asking scalars or vectors. They given 6 or 7. They are asking us to differentiate scalars and vectors. So volume. First physical quantity is volume. Volume is a scalar quantity. For that there is no direction. Mass already I mentioned, no direction. Speed, no direction. So scalars, volume, mass, speed. Acceleration, it has a direction. So it is a vector quantity. Density is a scalar quantity. Number of moles, number already there. Magnitude. So for the number of moles there is no direction. Clear? So it is a scalar. Velocity is a vector quantity. Angular frequency is there. This is not a vector. Displacement is a vector. Angular velocity is a vector. I repeat, volume, mass, speed, density, number of moles, angular frequency, all are scalars. Remaining all are vectors. Next, pick up the second question. Pick out the two scalar quantities in the following list. They given 6 or 7 physical quantities. They are asking to select the only scalar quantities. 2. Angular momentum is a vector quantity. Work is a scalar quantity. Current is a scalar quantity. Linear momentum is a vector quantity. Electric field is a vector quantity. Average velocity, vector quantity. Magnetic moment, vector quantity. Relative velocity, vector quantity. So work and current are scalars. So these work, which are scalars, which are vectors, that you will come to know. I mean, physical quantities here they mention. What is the angular momentum? These are all new for you. Then the next linear momentum, electric field, magnetic moment. These are all you will see in coming lessons. Clear? Next, pick out the only vector quantities in the following list. Temperature is a scalar quantity, no direction for the temperature. Pressure, already I given one example. So pressure is a scalar quantity. Impulse, Impulse means change in momentum. So momentum is a vector quantity. So impulse is a vector quantity. Next, time is a scalar quantity. For time there is no direction. Oh, if physical quantity has only magnitude, that we call it as a scalar. Clear. Power is a scalar quantity. Total path length is scalar quantity. Energy, scalar quantity. Gravitational field. Gravitational potential and coefficient of friction. They ask the only, pick out the only vector. Only impulse is a vector. Already we mentioned only one vector. Gravitational potential is a scalar and coefficient of friction also a scalar. Clear? Next, state with the reasons whether the following algebraic operations with the scalar and vector physical quantities are meaningful. This is important. Fourth question. Adding any two scalars is meaningful or not? Adding two scalars possible or not possible? It is not possible. Sometimes possible, but not all the cases. I mean, in above physical quantities we mentioned scalars. Temperature is a scalar, pressure is a scalar. Can we add temperature and pressure adding possible? So not possible. So it's meaningless. Adding a scalar to a vector of the same dimensions, it is also not possible. Clear? We cannot add scalar to a vector for the same dimensions. Clear? Acceleration is there, displacement is there. Can we add that directly? It is not possible. But they are the same dimensions they mentioned, but this is not possible here. Multiplying a vector by any scalar, this is possible. Multiplying any vector with a scalar, already you have seen V is equal to U plus AT. Scalar, P is a scalar, A is a acceleration. We multiply. Clear? That is okay. See. Next, the total, where is that? Multiplying any two scalars is possible. Okay? Multiplying in any two scalars possible. Adding any two vectors, this is not possible. Clear? I mean, velocity cannot add to the acceleration. Understand? If same kind of vectors are there, addition is possible. Velocity we can add, acceleration we can add. But we cannot add acceleration and velocity like that. Adding component of a vector to the same vector, no, this is also not possible. Clear? Only C and D possible. There is a meaning for C and D. Okay? Next, fifth one. Read each statement below carefully and state with the reasons if it is true or false. This is easy. The magnitude of a vector is always a scalar. The magnitude of a vector is always a scalar. True. Clear? Each component of a vector is always a scalar. Each component of a vector is always a scalar. Component of a vector is always a scalar. No. Magnitude of component is a scalar. Clear? False. The total path length is always next B question. Each component of a vector is A over B over C. The total path length is always equal to the magnitude of the displacement vector of a particle. Total path length is always equal to the magnitude of the displacement vector of a particle. No. Because path length is what we can go anyway, any directions, but displacement is what? Shortest path. So this is the path length. This is initial point, this is final point. This is the displacement vector. How these two same? So not same. So the average speed over a particle is either greater or equal to the magnitude of average velocity of the particular over the same interval of time. Yes, it's correct. Three vectors not lying in a plane can never add up to give up a null vector. This is also correct. So last question you will understand if you do the problems. Clear? And 4.6 4.767 we will see in the end of this after all problems. Clear? Now come to problem number 8. Problem number 8. Three girls skating on a circular circular ice ground of radius 200 meter starts from a point P on the edge of the ground and reaches Q diametrically opposite to point P, following different paths shown in figure. What is the magnitude of the displacement vector for each? For which girl is the equal to the actual length of the path skate? This is the 8th problem. They given one figure like this. Okay, three girls are moving diametrically opposite. This is P, this is Q, and they given radius. What is the radius of this circle? They given 200 meters. Clear? And they given three different paths. A girl moved like this. This is A girl followed path, and B girl followed the path like this, and C girl followed like this. Clear? What is the magnitude of the displacement vector for each? They started from P. Initial point for three girls is same. Final point is same for three girls. Shortest path is nothing but displacement. So radius is 200. Center to P 200. Center to Q 200. Total is what? Displacement S is equal to 400 meters. This is the first question. For which girl is this equal to the actual length of the path stick? So if you compare the path followed, if you compare which girl has followed greater? C greater than A, greater than B. But B girl actual path followed PQ, and the displacement is same. That is the asked question. For which girl is equal to the actual length of the path is skate? For B. Clear? So for B, girl B, displacement same, path length same. But A girl and C girl, displacement is 400, but path lengths are more than 400. Clear? So this is about 8th question. Come to 9th question. A cyclist starts from a center O of a circular track of radius 1 km, reaches the edge P of the path. The cycles along the circumference and returns to the center O along QO shown in figure. If the round trip takes 10 minutes, what is the displacement, average velocity, average speed over the cycle of the cyclist? 9th question. It is similar to the 8th, but they ask the average velocity, average speed also. This average velocity, average speed you learned in the first chapter. The same definition, same formula follows, we follow. The given figure is this one. O, P, next Q, so he given arrow directions like this. What does it mean? Cyclist starts from O of track radius. This radius is equal to 1 kilometer. Okay, reaches the edge P. So he starts from here. He moves to the P. Again he moves to PQ. Again comes to O. Like this. To complete this round trip. Round trip means not this round trip. Round trip here is O to P, P to Q, Q to O is a round trip. So for this time is equal to 10 minutes given. Okay. So based on this unit we will solve this problem 4.9. 4.9, what did they give units in the solution? not solution in the answers. We do have generally SI unit is meter per second. Sometimes they do give units in kilometers per hour. So unnecessarily, if we do that, so they give it kilometers per hour. Okay, this is 4.9. So we will do in kilometers per hour. But then what did they ask first question? Net displacement. First question is displacement. Or simply I am writing here. Yes. What is the displacement definition? Shortest path between shortest path between initial and final. It starts at O and ends at O. What is the distance between initial and final? Displacement. There is nothing. So S is equal to 0. Next question. Average velocity they asked. B question. Average velocity. Average velocity means total displacement by total time taken. Total displacement by total time taken. Total displacement is what? 0 by something. 0. So average velocity also 0. Next C. Average speed. This is also we denoted with V only. There is no other alternate. And this is total. This formula is total distance traveled, or total path length, or total distance covered in total time. Okay. Total distance traveled. This path round trip I will make it like this: OP, then PQ, then QO by total time taken T. OP is what? R. QO is what? Again R, radius. This is what? See, it is looking 1/4 of the circumference. Am I correct? So QP is equal to 1/4 of what is the circumference of the circle? 2 pi r. So this is pi r by 4. Clear? Sorry, pi r by 2 to cancel. Clear? Now substitute the values. OP is what? R. PQ is what? Pi r by 2 plus QO is r by t. This we will write 2r plus pi r by 2 by t. This we can write, if you take the LCM, 4r plus pi r by 2t. Clear? Now the substitute, we will get the answer. 4 into r value is 1 plus pi 3.14 into 1 by 2 into 10. So pi value is what? Generally pi is 22 by 7. 22 by 7. This value is 3.14. That's your interest. 2 decimal places or 3 decimal places. So this is 4 plus 3.14 by 20. So 7.14 by 20. Clear? 7.14 by 20, they given 21.4 kilometers per hour. Right. We have done small mistake here. This is okay. Up to here is okay. T taken in minutes. Distance we are taking in kilometers. T we need to convert into hours. Kilometers per hour. Options is given, the answer is given kilometers per hour, not kilometers per minute. So this we need to convert into hours, 10 minutes. How do you convert? So here I am doing 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. Then 1 minute is equal to 1 by 60
hours. So we have a 10 minutes. This is equal to 10 into 1 by 60 hours. So then what do we write? Here T is equal to what? 10 by 60. So T is equal to 10 by 60. 100 cancel, 6 goes up. So 6 into 4 plus 3.14. So 6 into, this is, here we have a one more 2 is there. So here it is by 2 and this is 2 ones 3. So 3 into 4 plus 3. 7.14. This you multiply, you will get the answer 4.21 kilometers per hour. Let me check whether we will get correct answer or not. 21.4 kilometers per hour. Clear? So this is the way to find the answer. Clear? So to average speed, this is question C. Total distance covered by total time taken. Total distance, total circular this round, we take it to the OP plus PQ plus QO and we substitute this 10 minutes we convert it into hours. 1 minute is equal to 1 by 60 hours and substituted we got the answer. Now we will go for next question, 10th question. At an open ground, a motorist follows a track that turns to his left by an angle of 60 degree after every 50 meter starting from a given turn. Specify the displacement of the motorist at the third, sixth and eighth turn. Compare the magnitude of the displacement with the total path length covered by the motorist in each case. Clear? This is what the 10th question. An open ground, a motorist follows a track that turns is left by an angle of 60 degree after every 50 meters. Starting, let us say A, 50 meters travel, and he turns to, what is the turn? 60 degree turn. Again, this is 500 meters. After this, again he turns to left like this. Clear? Again he travels 500 meters. Again 60. Like that. Again here 60. Understand? 500 meters. So this is A, B, C, D, E. Again 500 meters. Again 500 meters. Every turn, what is the angle? 60, 60, 60. Clear? This is the path. Then what did they ask? What did they ask? Specify the displacement of the motorist or third turn. Third turn means first, second, third. First turn, second turn, third turn. So displacement between SAD question mark. Next, third turn and sixth turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. SA question mark. And this is sixth turn. Sixth turn. Next, and eighth turn. Eighth turn means what? Up to here 6, 7, 8. Yes, AC, eighth turn. Question mark. Next, compare the magnitude of the displacement with the total path length covered by the motorist in each case. Again, in these three cases, they are asking distance travel. First, we will try to find out distance travel. This is displacement, this is distance now. Distance for SAD. SAD means up to third turn. Distance means total path travel.
This SAD, how do we write? AB plus, or you write instead of S, you write distance DAD. AB plus path followed BC plus next CD. Then each is 500, 500, 500. Total 1500 meters. First case. Second case, sixth term. Sixth term means we come to A. So how do you write? Displacement A to A. Then all AB plus, BC plus, CD plus, DE plus, next you take here F. EF plus FA. Total how many 500s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 500s. Yes. What is the one? 300, 3000 meters. Next, sixth turn distance. Sixth turn distance. Okay, sixth turn distance means SA, DAC. Sorry, sixth is over. Eighth turn. Eighth turn means already 6 turns over. 7, 8. For 6 turns, total path length is 3000 meter. Again add 2 more 500s. Total, or this we can write 6 turn means AB plus BC plus CD plus DE plus EF plus FA plus again AB plus BC. This is 3000 plus 1000. Total 4000 meter. What we calculated up to here, we calculated only distance. Understand? Distance means total path traveled. So make a note on this. Next we will find the displacement. Now displacement. We calculated distance. Now displacement. SAD. This is displacement. This is initial point. This is final point. If you take the center of this polygon, this is O. If you draw a line, initial and final. This is the. So we have one relation, that is AD is nothing but 2 into OA, or this is instead of OA whatever may be, or this is OA plus OA. So this I will give this proof in competitive exams. Till then you take directly. Then so this is polygon, equal length, and this OA, AD we required. So OA is equal to AB. Or this we write it at instead of that, AD is equal to, we can write 2 into AB also. Clear? So this I will show you in the competitive exams proof. So then this will be 2 into 500, so 1000 meters. For displacement for SAD is what? 1000 we got. But what is the distance we got? 1500 meters. That is the difference. Next SA, displacement at sixth term. What is the initial point and final point? Initial point is A, final point is A. Then displacement is 0. Then what is the distance? A to A, this is 3000 meters or 3 kilometers. Okay, that is the difference. Next, displacement AC. So initial point is what? A, final point is what? C. Draw a line. Clear? This one. So this is SAC. So this is resultant. This is resultant is nothing but R. R is equal to what? B plus, AB plus AC. What is the angle between these two? 60 degree. So this we can write under root of AB is one vector, so AB square, BC square, 2AB, AC
and cos theta. Clear? Already this is one method. Already we given if the vectors are same, vector magnitude are same, resultant formula already we mentioned. What is that? That is 2p cos theta by 2. Did you remember? This is a direct short method. Okay. We are doing in problems, so we will follow this method only. SCAC. What is SCA? Magnitude 500. 500 square plus 500 square plus 2 into 500 into 500 into cos 60. Clear? So this is under root of 500, 500, 500. This we will write 500 square plus 500 square plus 2 into 500 square cos 60. 1 by 2, 2 cancel. So 500 square, 500 square, 500 square. How many 500 squares are there? 3 into 500 square. So 500 square root is 500 into root 3 meters. Or if you want to calculate 500 into root 3 value approximately 1.75, I think. Exactly not that, but approximately I am saying. Do this, multiply, you will get the answer. So in competitive exams we follow this method, but if they are asking 5 mark question, this problem in PU, we follow this method. So now we calculated distance and displacement. Only one thing, this I will explain in the competitive exams. Till then you just write the solution. Clear? Make a note on this. Now 11th question. A passenger arriving in a new town wishes to go from the station to the hotel located 10 kilometers away on straight road from the station. A dishonest cabman takes him along a circuitous path 23 kilometers long, 23 kilometers long, and reaches the hotel in 28 minutes. What is average speed of the taxi, the magnitude of average velocity? Are the two equal? So 11th question. A passenger arriving in a new town wishes to go for this station to the hotel located 10 kilometers away on the straight road from the station. So displacement, straight dimension, displacement hotel to station is 10 kilometers. Okay. Dishonest cabman takes him along the circuitous path 23 kilometers. Instead of going straight, they taken 23 kilometers. He followed the path. That path length is 23 kilometers. Same station, same hotel. This is really happened. This is day-to-day experience. We go to the Bangalore. If you don't know the address, how do they do auto hours? So they take us to different parts to collect the more tax. Clear? More money, excess money. Clear? So like that here also dishonest cabman did the same. So to travel this 23 kilometers, he took how many minutes? 28 minutes. So let me check whether answer is in kilometers hours or not. If it is in kilometers hours, we need to convert these minutes into hours. 10 to 1. We are doing 10 to 1. 11 to 1. So we given kilometers per hour, right? So 28 minutes. How to convert this into hours? 28 into 1 by 60 hours. So this is 28 by 60 hours. Clear now? What they are asking, average speed of the taxi and average velocity. First we will find out average speed. So average speed and average velocity. So just we will use both letters V only. But to find the difference, I am drawing the line on average velocity. To find the average velocity over V, I am writing line. If not, average speed in this question. Now first V. What is the average speed from the total path length followed by the total time taken? What is the path length followed? 23 by time taken 28 by 60. 60 goes up. 23 into 60 by 28. So this is how do we get 4 sevens, 4 15. Clear? 7 ones, 7 2.5 is correct? No. 7 twos 14. 1 is there. 0 2.1. I am taking only one decimal places. Clear? So 23 into 2.1. So what do you get here? 21, 23, 4, 6, 3, 4. 3, 6, 2, 4. 3, 8, 4. One decimal place is there. So 48.3 kilometers per hour. Is this correct or not? We will check. 49, they around 49.3 they got. So probably they taken one more decimal. So nearly it is equal to 49 kilometers per hour. So procedure is same, only the problem is in calculation. I calculated roughly. Next, average velocity. Average velocity is what? Total distance by total time taken. What is the total average velocity, total displacement. What is the actual path? Shortest path is what? 10 kilometers only. If we go straight, so then 10 by what is this? 28 by 60. 10 into 60 by 28. Again 4, 7, 4, 15. 150 by 7. So calculate, you will get the answer. So this if we go 720 is 140. So 20.10 is there. So this is 21 point something we will get. So nearly equal to I am writing 21 kilometers per hour. So this is average velocity. This is average speed. What did they ask? Are the two equal? Not equal. Understand? Because first case distance is more, path length traveled, but second case is less. Time is remains same. So these two are not same. Okay. So to solve the next question, time is not permitting us. Remaining questions we will see in the next class. Clear?